So after furthering my conditional studying and proposition and purpose and studying, I obviously found that I needed to redirect my eyes, and I can't get it done yet. I can't solve the probability as to when to engage my priority of cataracts to myself, so that way I can cure my own eyes within the interlink of interconstellational timing and stellar or interstellar timing, because my eyes are below 20/20. I have blurred vision. I can only see 3.4 miles, but inside of a closed surface I can only see 3.5 meters. But I have a peripheral imitation of imagery, and I'm learning to decipher what hasn't fully been deciphered as post-apocalyptic electricity sources. I'm studying pretty closely, because soon enough I will be able to do the cataract surgery myself, I believe, but I might get the surgery elsewise. Because I'm positioning my thoughts so that way I can intercept my own gauging of the rotation of Earth and how we hopscotch through space. So whenever we go into rotation, you have what? So as I'm moving into peripheral, you're either going to laser line or you're going to peripheral. So watch. When I have one point, it's not stationed in front of my nose. It's stationed in a position where you can't see the metric distance between my nose and the perimeter. So it looks like there's no area. It turns, not what is turns, but it turns. Industrial technology turns a multi-dimensional aspect into a polyamorous one-dimensional aspect. So it can be literalized as multiple dimensions, and that's Pythagoras' theory. That's why Pythagoras' theory is a false theory. I actually explained that Pythagoras' theory is false, and there is no trigonometry in acute exercise of metric dimensional in exhibition, I believe. My apologies. So there's a multitude of children in the Board of Education that are based on numbers upwards of 7 to 1.5 million children that have been learning the long known wrong frequency of mathematics. And I'm looking at my cuticle, and this little birthmark mole, blood mole that keeps popping up. So basically, once studying the revolutions of how Earth rotates, we'll learn that the eyes actually are aligned on different circumferences. So it's like having two different brains that said we're going to think together. It's so interesting how both eyes don't follow the same category, but we still move in motion. Okay, so a cell phone is a motion monitor. It's a trans-motion cellular device. So what that stands for is a device that's not moving at a rate any different than ourselves as human beings. So transferable from me to in between myself and my own proximity of sight. And after that, it becomes proximities, but that's a whole nother calibration. So within the proximity, hold on, minus proximity, scratch, neutralize that out of the sentence. After the transfer of motion. After the transfer of motion, motion equals, or E equals mc squared. Motion, so m, which is Greek for well, it's three position, Greek for this three, or E, m equaling E, or m equaling E. Motion equals earth. So m equals E, and E equals m. Also, another way to remember E equals. So E equals energy equals motion chartered. So it equals E equals m. Stop. That's all. Remember it at that. E equals m. Stop. Remember it that. Plus, add future reference. E equals m. Energy equals motion. So, E in this reference can equal energy at the same time as equaling an earth. To make things a little bit on a separate note, it could be orb, O equals motion, M. Or to go before that if you want to, but it's not mandatory because the option of interstellar uses versus interorbital uses. So like a man that has a son versus a man that is working on creating a car or a rocket, that are both extremely useful, but they both require inert exhibition of extreme amounts of calculated historical skill. So we had a good lesson. It's great to tutor you. I gotta get some work done because I am going to have to create a calculation that allows me to create a fuel cell over and over again, and that's gonna create 10 pounds of gravitational force that I don't need. But it isn't constant to our rotation, not towards gravity. So let's just keep on being lucky. Be thankful that we're alive.